$20,000. That's what he had saved. Took him 3 years. And you know what he did with it? Put it in a high-yield savings account, earning 4%. He called it safe. I called it expensive. Because while he was protecting his money wasn't protecting him. Look, safety has a price tag most people don't see until they're 50. Let me show you what actually works. I'm Professor Chalkman. I've spent 17 years teaching people how to turn capital into cash flow. Not theories, not motivational garbage, actual income streams that deposit money while you're asleep. And here's what nobody tells you about $20,000. It's not enough to retire, but it is enough to stop being completely dependent on your job. That's the game. Picture this. Guy walks into my office, mid-30s, software engineer. He's got $22,000 saved, proud of himself. Should be. He says, "Professor, I want to buy dividend stocks. Get that passive income." I say, "Cool. What's your plan?" He pulls out his phone, shows me a spreadsheet. He's targeting 4% yield. That's $880 a year, $73 a month. I look at him. He looks at me. I say, "Congratulations. You just bought yourself 2 Chipotle bowls a week." He got mad. "What do you mean? That's passive income." And I said, "You're not wrong. You'll get paid. But let me ask you something. What were you hoping that money would do for you?" Silence, because he didn't actually know. See, most people think passive income means picking a strategy. It doesn't. It means picking a problem you want solved. Do you want $100 a month or $1,000? Do you need it now or in 10 years? Because $20,000 can do both, but not at the same time. And that's where people freeze. Let me tell you about Maria. She had $25,000, wanted rental income. Everyone told her, buy real estate, mailbox money, so she bought a couch. Ha ha ha, no, I'm serious. She found a rent-to-own furniture deal, rented out couches, beds, appliances to people who couldn't afford them up front, cleared $600 a month after expenses. Now you're thinking, wait, that's not real estate. Exactly, because she didn't actually want real estate. She wanted monthly income with low effort and no tenants calling her about clogged toilets at 2 a.m. The lesson? Stop copying strategies. Start solving your problem. Now here's the one nobody wants to hear. You know what the boring answer is? Index funds and covered calls. I know, you wanted something sexy, some secret. But listen, a buddy of mine, finance guy, way smarter than me, took $20,000, put it in SCHD and QQQ, sold covered calls every month. Averaged $320 a month, sometimes $400. That's $3,800 a year on autopilot. You know what he did with it? Paid his car insurance. Every year. Fully covered. Never thought about it again. And you know what's crazy? People clowned him. That's it? That's your passive income? Yeah, that's it. But his car insurance is paid. Forever. While yours isn't. Numbers don't lie. Egos do. You'll see where this is going in a second. Because the next story changes everything. All right, here's the uncomfortable one. Woman in her 40s. Corporate job, burned out. She had $18,000 saved. Came to me and said, "I want to start a business." I said, What kind? What? She said, "I don't know. Just something that makes money while I sleep." So I asked her, "What do people ask you for help with?" She thought about it. Organizing. I'm really good at organizing spaces." I said, "Cool. You're starting a digital course. Teach people how to organize their homes in 30 days. She looked at me like I was insane. She spent $4,000 on a course creator, a designer, and Facebook ads. Launched in 6 weeks. First month, made $340. She called me crying. "Professor, I lost money. This was stupid." I said, "Keep going." Month 2, $920. Month 6, $4,100. By month 12, she was making $6,000 a month. Quit her job. And you know what she told me? I didn't need $20,000 to build the business. I needed it so I wouldn't panic the first 3 months. That's the part people miss. Passive income isn't just about what the money earns. It's about what the money lets you risk. Look, here's the truth. $20,000 can do 4 things. 1, it can earn you $70 to $150 a month through dividends or boring index funds. Reliable, safe, slow. 2, it can generate $300 to $600 a month through covered calls, high-yield rates, or creative cash flow hacks. Moderate effort, moderate risk. 3, it can seed a business or skill that eventually makes $2,000 plus a month. High effort up front, high reward, long term. 4, it can sit in your account doing nothing while you argue with strangers on the internet about inflation. Most people pick option 4. and then wonder why they're still broke at 45. Here's what nobody wants to say. You can't have all of it. You can't have safe and fast. You can't have passive and massive. You can't have low risk and life-changing. The $20,000 isn't the problem. Your refusal to choose is. Because while you're researching, someone else is earning. While you're waiting for the right time, someone else is compounding. And in 5 years, you'll still have $20,000, but they'll have income. Now for your homework, I want you to answer 3 questions. Grab your phone, Notes app, right now. 1. What monthly expense do I want covered first? 2. Can I wait 5 years for this money to grow, or do I need income in 6 months? 3. Am I willing to learn something new, or do I only want to click buttons? Write it down, because once you answer those questions, the strategy picks itself. Most people skip this, and that's why most people stay stuck. $20,000 won't change your life, but what you do with it might. This is Professor Chalkman. Class dismissed.